Record-breaking heat and severe thunderstorms are the talk of the town right now. My name is Michael, here to give you an update on what's going on out there in the weather community. As you can see, thunderstorms are currently developing in central Piedmont, North Carolina, the areas of South Carolina, moving into eastern North Carolina there. As these storms continue, they're going to be packing a punch. Hot temperatures are out. Right now, the National Weather Service sites are down at the moment, so I can't really see anything from them right now because the weather.gov sites are down. But I can give you a few updates. Just now, let's get started. So basically, right now, we're seeing those showers and thunderstorms move across the two states, South Carolina and North Carolina. And we're watching our chance of tropical development. Yes, our area of tropical development is going to be right in wrong icon. It's going to be right into that area right there. We're watching for our tropical development, probably a little more far south than that too. So Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, you are on. It doesn't look like the 060 is extending out that far, but let's see, right into here Sunday. So it's around July 4th. We're going to be looking at that time frame. But on the Euro model, you can definitely tell like the showers and thunderstorms that pop up there in that region. So it looks a little disorganized. GFS model right here into the GFS model right now. Not really seeing much action going on. I don't know why that's doing that. But there's definitely a lot of rain that's in the upcoming days. Alright, this is out of the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. As you can see there, we have that 20% chance of tropical development. And there's something that I've noticed here. If I'm not mistaken, I've noticed that this area of development was kind of like right here, sort of, relatively, and it's extended out. And that's not right. It's extended out east just a little bit more, so that's what I have noticed. So that is a big area, but as you can see there, and I'm just going to relatively draw a line there. So if you're like living from right here, and let me get this right. Let's use a circle actually. So if you're in those areas, look in the circle basically. That's what I want to show you there. If you're in that circle, let me do a better circle than this. But if you're in the circle eastward that I pointed at, you really need to, like, especially those coastal areas, watch out there. So anything from like Daytona Beach up to New Bern, North Carolina, you should probably watch out. Just keep your eyes peeled on this storm system right here. So there's a potential for that tropical development that we're going to be looking at. But the National Hurricane Center not really saying anything for the next 2 days, but in the 7-day frame we need to watch in the Atlantic. Let's turn over to the Pacific. As you can see right there, we do have that chance of tropical development right there. A 50% chance of tropical development in the Central Pacific, relatively that same location that's to your east. So that storm's probably just going to be out there in the waters, of course, those warm waters there in the Pacific. So that will be occurring in that region. Now let's talk hot temperatures, because temperatures, they are extremely hot right now, and I don't know how to express it enough. Alright, so actually as I'm making this video right now, the websites for the National Weather Service are back up. So the weather.gov websites, we can see them now. They've been troubleshooting and trying to work on that, so it's a good thing that they're up right now at the moment, so I can distribute this information at this moment. So as you can see right there on your screen, and I'll just give you that little bit of that graphic down there, those areas that had those extreme heat watches, there are now extreme heat warnings, as you can tell. If you're looking at the little purplish colors, those are extreme heat warnings. The oranges are heat advisories. In the north, look at there by Detroit, Michigan, that seems to be an extreme heat watch, if I'm not mistaken. So we definitely have to watch out for those areas right there. As you can tell right now, we're going to zoom in on this. I think this is the National Weather Service out here in Columbia. Yep. we're going to see here this severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for areas of the upstate and in the northern areas. So north of the Midlands, generally in the Midland area, you have that severe thunderstorm warning. That's just south of Charlotte, actually, at the moment right now. As we go into eastern North Carolina, marine warnings in effect right now. Also with the special weather statements as you get close to Rocky Mount. We're going to look at National Weather Service Raleigh here, as you can see. Special weather statements all over here right now at the moment. I think this is the National Weather Service in Wilmington we're going to look at as well. Yep, Wilmington, North Carolina right there. A special weather statement is in effect right there as well. So just going to have those summertime type of showers like I've said before. The heat advisories, like I said, really for the eastern part of the country. So if you live, really look at the middle of the country right there, as you can see, and it's just going to be eastward. So this whole entire area, especially up into that circle that I just put right there up there on your screen. That circle up there, and I can really just, but sort of right there, as you can see, that's where you see those extreme heat that's in those areas right there. And I know this is not the best. I'm trying to hurry up. I'm just trying to write that. But that extreme heat there, as you can see, extreme heat watches are in effect. I think this is National Weather Service. You have New York. Extreme heat watch. And we're going to actually see what their weather story is saying from the National Weather Service in New York. Morning highs 60s to mid 70s and then afternoon lows today. But as you can see, record high temperatures are going to be 96 degrees. That's in 1991. As you can see there, those temperatures are going to be hot. Which really is not the temperatures. The temperatures are hot in some areas. They are actually hitting 100, if I'm not mistaken, in some areas in the central part of the country and the eastern parts of the country. But it's also the heat indexes we need to worry about. But this temperature probably going to get worse as we get into maybe, I'd say, really 4th of July area, so middle of the week. Respectively, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So middle end portion of the week, temperatures are going to get hotter. So this right now is just the preview of what's going to happen. As far as you look in the west, we're actually cooling down a bit, as you can see in your higher elevations right now. We have a winter storm warning and a winter storm watch in effect. If I can just zoom in on that National Weather Service there. Yeah, winter storm warning, not winter storm watch, my bad. Winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories. It's going to be for your higher elevation, so you're getting snow there in the west. Red flag warnings. Remember, you don't need to have those hot temperatures just to have those risk of having wildfires. Remember those windy conditions and things like that, of that nature. So speaking of windy conditions, wind advisories, high wind warnings that are going to be in the northern part of the United States right there. So there's a lot going on. Flood advisories scattered all over across the country. Flood watches and things like that. I mean, flooding this time of year especially, you start to see the rain showers, as you can see there. And I think that's a flood warning right there for the entire river down there. Lincoln, Illinois. Yeah, Lincoln, Illinois. From the National Weather Service there, as you can see there, it's green all the way down that river. So river flood warning. And then you have this spread across, so that line of storms. I mean, it's just a lot of flooding is going on. A lot of rain is happening, but not just the rain is happening. We're getting these showers. We're also getting hot and humid conditions. Heat indexes next week for areas of the country going to be in well past 100. Probably going to be 105. 104-ish area, so we're not even heating. Some real temperatures are going to be in the hundreds. You're going to see more of those purple areas pop up. Let me actually show you that NWS heat risk. As you can see, that heat risk right there, that's National Weather Service heat risk. This is today on Sunday. Major heat, multiple areas that are now in the red. And let's just look at these locations. You have what? Birmingham, Atlanta, Athens, Augusta, Columbia, you're in there. Fayetteville, Wilmington, Macon, Savannah. Let's go into the central part of the country. It starts to get Oklahoma City, you're actually in that red as well, but it starts to get to those moderate areas as you get around DFW region. Amarillo, Lubbock. Look here, we're starting to see those purples, 16K. And then as we go tomorrow, because, this is extreme heat, some record-breaking heat that is possible. So if you live in your area, you're probably going to see some record-breaking heat temperatures as you get to the eastern part of the country. Right now, Monday, look at it as we get some reds that pop up across the map. So we transition from more of that moderate risk to that red risk. The red slowly transition to the purple as we get throughout the week. And I mean, look at Saturday. Areas of Atlanta, Augusta, Columbia, Fayetteville, Charlotte, Greenville, Raleigh, Rocky Mount, all the way up into the Delmarva region, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati, Charleston, Frankfort. You're around these areas. You're in those purples. Extreme heat, 23.8 million people. Let's not forget, folks, there, Jefferson City, Kansas City. You're in that purple, too. So if you're not in the purple, you're in the red. If you're not in the red, you are in the orange. And that's the way. Look down here in Miami. We're even seeing moderate to major heat down here in Miami, Hollywood, Coral Springs, West Palm Beach, Sarasota, Florida. You're in that red. Orlando, you're in that red. All the way from Gainesville, Florida. Even some purples popping up there in Florida, as you can see. Purples popping up there near Pensacola. All of these areas, heat, heat, heat. And I'm going to actually zoom in on some of these areas. I'm going to show you some National Weather Service areas of what they're saying. So I'm going to look at the National Weather Service here in Columbia. I'm going to give you a National Weather Service here in Greenville, Spartanburg as well. See what's going on out there. And although you don't see the heat advisories in effect for the National Weather Service in Columbia, South Carolina, I think we're going to see the heat advisories in the upcoming days. These temperatures are going to get really hot. So right now, severe weather risk. Do they have anything about heat here? Do they have anything about hot temperatures? Let's see. Yeah, the severe weather risk. Okay, extreme heat. Let's see here. That's going to be so extreme heat today. Tuesday, heat south of I-20 mainly, but you do get northern parts like Lincoln, Edgefield, Newberry. As we get into Wednesday, scattered across multiple parts of the country right there. I mean, not country. Multiple parts of the region right there for the National Weather Service there. You start seeing those oranges start to pop up, some elevated areas there. Extreme heat pop with the oranges. And then look at Saturday. So it's going to get hot. 4th of July is looking like a hot one, folks. As far as excessive rainfall, National Weather Service not really seeing anything. The lightning chance is there. The severe thunderstorm risk is there. Marginal and slight risk are in effect. Now, let's check out the National Weather Service in Greenville, Spartanburg. Right now, as discussed there earlier in the video, we have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect. As you can see right here, let's see what graphical, let's look at those graphical weather hazards. As you can see, there is those risks for those thunderstorms today. Look at that lightning risk. Not a good thing at all. Thunderstorm wind threat, severe thunderstorm threat. Now, let's look at the heat. Heat going to be mainly along the I-85 corridor south of the mountains. We start to grow that risk, and it continues to grow, starting to get in the I-40 region into Saturday. And Saturday is a heat day. Saturday, 4th of July. 4th of July is going to really be a hot one. Fog risk up there in the mountains. But 4th of July, we're going to have a hot one. Let's look at the National Weather Service here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Just want to get some of these southern towns. Just want to show you. Just want to show you those towns there. Graphical hazards, risk of those thunderstorms today. Look at the extreme heat. They're putting this out of Raleigh right now. This is a graphical. As you can see here, Fayetteville, significant heat. Raleigh, look at those purple dots starting to pop up near Virginia area, at the Virginia state line. As you can see there, purple areas popping up there. Roanoke Rapids near there. You're seeing those purple temperatures. Extreme heat. Because that's the graphic that we saw there. That's actually for 4th of July. So extreme heat, as you can tell. Mainly the southern areas, and then it grows higher. The more north you get, it seems, in the south, the hotter it's getting. The more, and as you can see there, you see that heat risk. It gets hotter the east side. So I-95 eastward, you start to see hot temperatures are mainly along that I-95 corridor. Hot temperatures are in effect. It's not going to stop. Storm Prediction Center here. Let's see what the Storm Prediction Center here has for us. We are seeing that severe weather threat, so categorical areas. If you live in those northern sections, as I've been talking about before, constantly getting battered with severe weather, you're going to have that yellow risk of significant. You can have that yellow risk down there by Des Moines. Also by the National Weather Service in Columbia, South Carolina, you're going to have that yellow area there. So from Charlotte to Augusta, you want to watch out there for that risk. That's going to be a slight risk of severe thunderstorms. Tornadoes. Good thing to see them less than 2% in all areas today. That's a great thing to hear. We don't want to see any significant tornado look there for any damaging things like that of that nature. Wind threat. Middle part of the country, Des Moines, same areas that have that categorical area, as well as the hail threat. Now, you're not going to have it in the south by Columbia, but you are going to have it in that north part. Let me zoom in there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I hope everybody's having a great rest of your weekend. 4th of July is around the corner. Make sure that you're keeping safe during these hot temperatures as well. We're going to keep it right here for more updates, seeing what that tropical development is going to do in the Atlantic. But my name is Michael. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned. Stay safe. It's very hot out there. Make sure you're being hydrated. Make sure that you're drinking enough fluids and things like that, because it is hot. It's easy to get a heat stroke and heat exhaustion. I know it's the summertime, but make sure you're having those safety precautions as well. My name is Michael. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you out there in the weather community. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Stay safe once more.